Do you want to know what kind of Pokemon you are? Like, do you really want to know what kind of Pokemon you are? This is the closest thing that I know of to figuring out what kind of Pokemon card you are. And it's not even going to require you to ask questions that don't even seem relevant. It's actually going to be super relevant and super practical if you realize that as Pokemon, we all have our own set of strengths and weaknesses. We all have our own special attacks. We're all good on certain types of teams and not so good on other types of teams. But how do we actually tell what kind of Pokemon we are? What are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? Well, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you'll know what this is, a body graph. Hopefully you know what yours looks like. If you don't, click my face, click the link in the bio, enter your information on my website, and it'll pop you one of these out. It's totally free. Now, let's talk about Pokemon. So I'm sure y'all recognize this guy. He's an electric type Pokemon, and he does really well against this dude, who is a water type Pokemon. This guy is a psychic type Pokemon, and this is a reflector. In human design, there are 5 types, okay? This right here is an emotional manifester because they have one of the motors connected to the throat. There's also manifesting generators, projectors, and reflectors. Now back to the Pokemon. Something that makes our boy Pikachu unique here, okay? Unique is that there's only a certain number of moves that he will be able to do. Okay, right? Like you open up your menu to attack and it's like, Swift or Thunderbolt or say your name 1,000 times. And those attacks are different than this big boy. Okay, he's got, he's got Squirt. Now, this is how you can view human design as Pokemon. Each one of these open centers is like a Ditto effect, right? Remember Ditto, that character who could like copy and he could become the other person? That's kind of what this body graph is. These white undefined centers are like microphones. They're picking up information from everybody around you and you're just copying attacks. This is my body graph, by the way. I'm just copying attacks. I'm just regurgitating information. Now this being right here, they have all their own specific unique attacks. Specifically in these areas where there are channels connecting the centers, okay? Those are going to be, like Pikachu, their signature attacks that they use. So something that's really cool, again, about Pokemon and human designs and human beings in general is that if you put 2 of them together, you'll be able to see the effects that they will have on each other. Same as how Pikachu zapping a lightning bolt at Squirtle is gonna cook this little blue ass turtle. Now this is called a composite. This is how 2 Pokemon or 2 body graphs are going to play together. Now there's a lot of information in this, so I'm going to go through it just a little. So all these numbers here are the placements of one person. The numbers over here in gold are the placements of the other person. The gold arrows on the gold placements are going to fix a detriment or an exaltation. Detriment right up there, where's no exaltations. Okay, great. Same thing for here. The green arrows are going to fix detriment, 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 exaltation. Now you'll notice that there's also little gold arrows over here. There's also green arrows over on this side. These green arrows, they come from this person's chart. The gold arrows here come from this person's chart. So if you've ever wondered why, like, oh, I'm my best self around this person, or like, I can just not get grounded around this person, like there's unique flavors of yourself that come out only around certain people, run your composites. And if you have the neutrino design, you can literally tap on each one of these numbers and get like super accurate, super insightful information, okay? This is like astrology if you give it an evolution stone. I know that's not what they're called, thunderstones. They're unique to the type. But anyway, I digress. Figure out what kind of Pokemon you are, figure out what your signature attacks are, figure out what you're weak against, okay? Where you're open to conditioning, right? And there's a lot of ways that you can do that. My face, link in the bio. There's reports available. I have sessions available where I go one-on-one with you. I also have a Discord, which I would highly recommend at least generating your body graph on my website and joining the Discord. That's the completely free option. There's a whole community that's stoked about this. Wait a second. This, human design. But also this, because let's be honest, everyone wants to feel unique. But how do you feel unique in a world where there's constantly this push, this homogenized global agenda to make everyone the same and make everyone believe that we are all perfectly equal and exactly the same, while also preaching diversity. It's like it's ass backwards. So if you really want to get out of the matrix, or you're caught in a pokeball and you want to free yourself, you know what to do.